As long as you follow the rules and the inputs, the likelihood of you getting a loss is very minimal. So I'm very fortunate and very blessed that I have been able to capture it at the price that you've sold it at.
What did the team help you with, etc.?
The instructions were very clear, and if the instructions weren't clear, there was support hand to hand. Initially started with 3K, but I have.
So I'm going to start off by asking you what actually made you to get into robot trading. Were you trading manually before, or?
Manually trading before wasn't so great as most of us. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
blowing accounts, emotion was taking over, and sometimes you'd kind of revenge trade. And that's where, although I had made significant amount of money, I also equally lost in the same proportion. So 100% profit and then 110% down is
Yeah.
actually a major loss, isn't it? So not even breaking even back to where you were. So decided to start off with prop firms. I moved away from prop firms. I just found the rules a bit too cumbersome, if I'm being honest. So I decided to trade with my own funds.
Yep.
And ultimately, I started with the QTS 2.0 on a 3K account. And as the weeks have been on, as I said, as you know, I started on the 17th of June. So it's only been 3 weeks, if not even that. I got a bit more confident with it because I had a demo account that I started off with it for the first week to learn how the inputs and the take profits and all the instructions that you give sort of hold everybody's hand in the process that
Can you tell
I
me a little bit about the process? So obviously you bought the robot on the 16th of June or 17th of June. What was the
yeah.
process then after? What did you have to do in order to get set up, and what did the team help you with, etc.?
Yes, the team basically gave a very clear video instructions. Now, fortunately, I've opened VPSs before. Virtual private servers is what you need to run the bot because the bot needs to kind of run when you're not focused on it. And that's one of the advantages of having a bot or an EA, expert advisor, is that it runs automatically, so to say, within some respect. You do have to obviously put your inputs in and do the auto live trading. But the instructions were very clear. And if the instructions weren't clear, there was support hand to hand, and there is constant support there that you do via Telegram, ask any questions, and they can log into your server. You guys log into the VPS and set up the files and get the process running.
When did you start trading a live account, and how much money have you actually made on that live account?
I started that a week later, so it would have been around the 20th or 21st. And within that time, so it's been just over a couple of weeks, I've made about £1,700. And that's with an account that initially started with 3K, but I have topped it up to 10K now of my own money. And that's purely because I'm so confident with, as long as you follow the rules and the inputs, the likelihood of you getting a loss is very minimal. So hence why I've got
Amazing.
that confidence to put my own money into it, basically.
100%, 100%, 100%. My last questions, and one of the most important ones, is what is your plan now going forward? So obviously you said you have 10K in live capital, but what do you plan on doing, let's say, in the next 6 months? Are you going to just keep topping up that account and just keep making more money? Are you withdrawing as you go along? What's your plan going forward?
Yeah, very good question. So I believe the bot, I can use it on 3 platforms. So I'm using it on 2. One's a demo and one's my live account. I do still have confidence to transition into one of the licenses to a prop firm, but for now, on the live account, I will be basically withdrawing. So the way I play is I use money on credit card, hence why I've been able to top it up so quickly. I then will withdraw before that whether credit card balance is due or before the statement produces, and get the money back onto the card. So when the statement's generated, I technically owe them nothing. On the first day that the statements is issued, I'll just borrow on that card again, and basically I have another month or so before I can, put that money back. But all profits I'm basically transferring to bank transfer into a bank account, and then the rest of the money I'm just bouncing between that credit card
Very nice.
on back and forth, and that's my strategy and that's my plan.
Amazing, amazing. And the last question for you is, how frequently do you plan on actually withdrawing, or do you have any advice for people that are interested in getting into robot trading? Do you advise them to withdraw, for example, every single week? Do you advise them to withdraw bi-weekly, or do you advise them to just keep the profits in there and just constantly build it up and just take it out at the end of the year?
No, look, the money's not only yours, it's not yours until it's out of the broker. So my advice is to regularly withdraw as you can, because things can happen in life. The market can swing one way or another, and it's better to have had the money back. Some days I've made £500, some days I've only made £70. So it varies, but up until now, I've made 1,700. So I'm really, really chuffed.
Money is money at the end of the day.
Exactly, yeah. But
Amazing.
remember, the money's only money once you've withdrawn it, taken it back out.
Completely agreed. Completely agreed. I mean, this is one of the things that anybody that comes asking me for advice in regards to withdrawals, especially with a live account using your own money, is constantly withdraw. Make it a weekly thing if you have to constantly withdraw. And if you want to do, for example, 50%, you withdraw it into your bank and 50% of the profits you want to keep in there, that's not a problem. Let's say you deposit 10K in capital, try and withdraw as much as possible in order to secure that 10K capital and then the 2.5K for the robot. Once that's done, then you can get a little bit more risky if you wanted to and leave the 10K profit within there and let that money grow within itself. That's not a problem, but this is definitely the most important advice. And I think it was great advice from you as well. With that being said though, I appreciate you for hopping on to this quick call.